If you have clicked on this video, you are a child of the stars. You are a starseed and you are not an ET. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you exactly what I mean by that and why it is so important that you truly know who you are. You are divine. Welcome, beautiful children of the stars. I'm Natasha, Cosmic Empress. I'd love it if you join this channel. And if you want to go deep and really know who you are, the link is below if you want to work with me one-on-one. You know where to find it. Okay, so the bold statement that I just made, that you are a child of the stars indeed and not an extraterrestrial, it's true because this YouTube channel is all about starseed origins. It's all about higher consciousness. It's all about the ascension process. It's all about helping you remember who you are as a multidimensional, incredibly powerful divine being. Okay, so you resonate with this. That's why you're here, and that's why I say that you're a starseed. So what is the difference between an ET and a starseed? There is one huge difference, and there are several connotations. Now, first of all, I'm going to explain who you are. You are a person like me, right? A human being walking this earth. And you have a soul that is merged with your human body. And this soul has had an immense history. Your soul has gone back through many different lifetimes. Your soul has had a journey. And a starseed, that what you are, means that your soul has incarnated, merged with other human or non-human, with other 3D forms on other planetary systems besides for Earth. Okay? That's basically what a starseed is. So a starseed is a soul that has been seeded from another planetary system, from another star, from another planet, has seeded itself here into the human body to have an experience on Earth as a human being. All right? So starseeds are humans with a soul that is from somewhere else. That's really simple. Now, if you've been watching my channel, I talk a lot about past lives. I talk a lot about the incarnational cycle. I talk a lot about different dimensions. And to just break it down really simple and clear, it's like this. A soul, when it is first born, is at a higher dimension. It does not have a physical body. It's at a very high vibration. It comes like a droplet of water and separates itself from divine creator source, from God. And then it keeps separating into smaller pieces. So we have God, creator source. So we have the oversoul that is separated. The oversoul separates itself into smaller parts, into individual souls. And then at the 7th dimensional level, more or less, the soul says, okay, now I am ready to incarnate. Now I am ready to choose a planet, to choose a place where I want to merge with a body, where I want to go down and have a 3rd dimensional experience, where I want to physically walk on land, where I want to swim through the water, where I want to have a physical body. And then the soul chooses a planetary system, maybe the Pleiades, maybe Arcturus, maybe Spica, maybe Earth. Any system which we know and many which we don't know. That soul looks around and chooses the place it's most matched, chooses the place where this soul wants to experience its first incarnational cycles. And then the soul goes, boom, merges with the body, is born, and has a physical experience. All right, that's what happens. So all of you who are watching, maybe there's 1 or 2 earther souls there, but most of you, really most of you who are watching, had decided to incarnate somewhere else. And not only once, because, I mean, imagine this, the soul is truly eternal. After the soul is born, the soul can live basically forever until it chooses to merge once again with divine source. But your soul chooses one lifetime on a planet, and then another lifetime, and another lifetime, and another lifetime. And from my experience of working with clients, because I can see how many lifetimes you've lived somewhere and where you've lived, I can see this. This is the work that I do, right? Mostly, souls incarnate in between 300, 400, 500 lifetimes, up to 1,000 or 2,000 lifetimes in one incarnational cycle. That's what I found on average as highly dimensional beings, as highly vibrational, highly conscious beings. Okay, let's say that, not as amoebas or plant life, as highly conscious beings, 200, 300, 400, up to maybe 2,000. That's the numbers that I've gotten as incarnational cycles on one planet or one planetary system. So if you, let's say, are a Pleiadian starseed, it's most likely that you incarnated in the Pleiades maybe 400 or 500 lifetimes. Then you experienced what you wanted. You were ready for something else. Then you decided to come to Earth, and now you have incarnated and come down into this body that you have as a starseed. But before this body, most of you have had 200, 300, or 400 incarnations as a human being. That's my average for starseeds, souls that came from elsewhere, who have lived in human bodies on Earth. Okay, so the example you as a Pleiadian starseed most likely came down in the times of Lemuria, Mu, and maybe had 10 or 20 or 30 lifetimes there. Then perhaps you incarnated in Atlantis, maybe 20, 30 lifetimes there, or 10 or 5. Then you most likely chose to incarnate in different eras of human civilization, mostly in the interesting ones. Everyone I work with, all the starseeds I work with, have incarnated mostly in all the eras that were really interesting, highly developed civilizations to experience life on Earth in different ways. So you, beautiful Pleiadian starseed that I'm talking about, have seen Lemuria, have seen Atlantis, have seen old Egypt, have been with the Incas, with the Mayas, in the different Chinese civilizations, in the European civilizations, in Greece, right? Africa. So most of you watching have lived between 200 and 400 lifetimes on Earth in different bodies. That's the definition of a starseed, okay? So you and I, we are starseeds. We are not ETs, we're not extraterrestrials, we are starseeds. That's why I started each video saying, beautiful children of the stars, because you are a child of the stars who opted to come here to Earth. And I've made many different videos about purpose and mission and why you are here. And just to make it really, to compromise it, to make it really short, those of you incarnating now, who found your way to this YouTube channel now, who are interested in this kind of ascension stuff, in the high vibrational stuff, you have one purpose all together. I haven't found a single person I work with who does not have the purpose of helping humankind open up, bring light into this world, and ascend. Because we are in the process of ascension. You have chosen to incarnate here as a starseed that you are, to be part of this ascension process of our Mother Earth, of our Mother Gaia, to bring your light, to bring your consciousness into it, because most likely you've been through the ascension process on the planet where you were, or the different planets where you were, because many other planetary systems have gone through this process of ascension already. Those very high vibe places out there, Arcturus, for example, also the Pleiades, the Andromeda Galaxy, those are places I've seen in my visions, and they are high vibe. They're not 3D anymore. They're 5D, 6D, 7D, okay? Now, I'm not an expert in distinguishing exactly between those dimensions, but I've seen those planets in a higher vibrational state. And it's a completely different feeling. It's beautiful. It's a paradise-like way of living. That's why I know that we are moving into the dimension and the vibration of paradise on Earth, because we are ascending. And that's why you're here, to be part of it, to bring consciousness to the rest of the planet and the people of what's happening, to remember who you are, to heal your wounds and shine your light, so we can all be part of this ascension process. Okay, so that's one of your big, I would say, purposes as a starseed, and no one I've worked with does not have this as part of their purpose, at least. So there you go. You know, one of the reasons why you're here. The second reason why everybody is here, or most people are here, most starseeds, those who are watching, is to just experience life in a different way, to experience this amazing, unique, very, very exciting, somewhat dangerous and random planet. And because you're one of the brave ones who actually dared to come down here and to do your incarnations on Earth, right? It's not an easy place to be right now, especially it's not. It's very risky. But those of you who are here, you beautiful starseeds, what you are learning here and how your soul is evolving here is incredible. And you will be rewarded. You will be rewarded after surviving planet Earth and doing your work here. Okay, so that's another reason why you're here. Now, a small percentage of the starseeds, some of you who may be watching, came to planet Earth as prisoners, as slaves, taken from your own planet by negative souls. Predominantly, this is the soul group of the Haydarans, the souls from Beta Centauri in the Centauri system, and they were brought here as slaves by the Draconians from Alpha Draconis. Okay, so that is part of galactic history that I will continue to talk about soon. If you want to know a little bit more about some of these soul groups, some of these planets, what happened there, I do have a playlist called Starseed Origins. I've already made a whole bunch of videos about some of these things. Okay, so go and check those out. Now, one more reason why some of you came to incarnate here is because you're refugees, right? Your own planet was not inhabitable anymore at some point. This is specifically Mintaka in the belt of Orion, that beautiful water world that holds the light codes for planet Earth, that world of light, and Hadar as well. Some Haydarans, the Beta Centaurans, they also came here because their planet was not inhabitable. They were able to flee from the Draconians taking over that planet, and they came here. And all that is part of galactic history that I've talked about a little bit, and I will talk about this more very, very soon. Now, what is the difference between a starseed and an ET? This is my personal definition, and I think it really makes sense. ETs. First of all, it has a connotation of, ooh, they're coming down to get us, or to make war with us, or to infiltrate us. And it is true, because for me, an ET is a physical being from another planet that comes to walk amongst us. A physical being that has not taken on a human body, not in an incarnational cycle. You and me, we are starseeds, but we are humans too. We are humans now. We are children of Mother Gaia. The ETs, the extraterrestrials, are not, because they have not opted to incarnate here. They have not bonded with Mother Earth. They have not chosen to be a child of Gaia, right? So the ETs, there are good ones, there are bad ones, are the ones that actually have a different form, a soul from somewhere else, like a soul from another planet, another place, but also a body from another place, who then come here, or have come here, and have walked the earth as a non-human being in their original form. Now, there's another way that I have seen, or I perceive ETs as well, and those are souls, or higher dimensional extraterrestrial beings who come down without a body, in their pure soul form, in their pure soul essence, who also are here, who don't have a human body. And that's why we can't perceive them, because they haven't taken on a human body. They're not part of the incarnational cycle of Earth. They're not humans at all. They don't have a human body, but they come here even without a body in etheric form. Okay, so that's another way that you can see ETs. So that's why I don't say, hello, beautiful divine ETs, when I start my videos. That's why I talk about starseeds or children of the stars, because you and me and all the other souls that are incarnate as humans, we have truly seeded this earth from the stars. And we bring in the consciousness and the wisdom and the multidimensionality and the experience from the stars, from other star systems, from other planets, from other dimensions. Okay? And if you really want to know how many starseeds or earthlings are here, I made a whole video. I broke it down. Okay, I'm going to link it up there. I talked about every single starseed race. Well, not every single one, but most of them, and how many there are, how many positive, how many negative souls there are incarnate today on Earth. So if you find that interesting, take a look at that. Now, with the ETs, we have the good ones and the bad ones. And the ones that we kind of think about mostly, well, that's what I think about when I hear ET. You know, the pictures and those movies that came out first a long time ago that are kind of negative, that jumps into my mind. You think about abduction, alien abduction. You think about the Greys, you know. Those are not really very positive beings. You think about maybe Anunnaki. You think about the different negative races who have come to infiltrate Earth, who have done abductions, who have shown themselves in a negative way, who don't want the best for us. And there's many different theories, you know, the inner Earth, there's like the government, secret programs and all that. And ETs are associated with those types of things. And that's why it's a little bit of a scary, it's a little bit of a negative connotation. So many people, when they hear ETs, it's like, oh, no, right? Because one interesting thing is that there is a higher directive. There is law and order. There is a reason why outer beings from out there, from outer space, from the stars, are not really allowed to come and just land here and say, okay, I'm going to help or I'm going to destroy. There are directives against that. And the reason why you haven't really seen positive ETs, like a lot of you know, we have the forces of light up there. We have the Pleiadian, the Arcturian, we have the galactic councils, we have the forces of light that are up there. And this is true. This is real. They are there. They're wanting to help us. And many times I see comments, well, why don't they just come and land and help us? Because they're not allowed to. There are certain rules in place that a planet can't just be overtaken. You can't just make contact, come down in your spaceships and say, here I am. It is very, very disruptive. It can be traumatic, it can be disruptive, and a planet has to be ready for it, has to be willing and wanting this. And we obviously are not ready for it. Can you imagine what would happen if, you know, spaceships suddenly landed and these ETs came out, even if they were good ones? They'd probably be shot by some president or something, right? So that's why they can't. There has to be certain things in place for real contact to occur, for those up there, our ET, our true ET friends, in their forms, in their bodies, to actually fly down on a spaceship or beam themselves down however they want and come and make themselves seen and show themselves to us. So that's why that's not really happening. And the ones that have come down, the ETs that have walked here, they haven't done it in masses. They've done it more undercover. They've tried to get around those rules and regulations. They have done it in an undercover way. They have done it partially also because they were invited by individuals. Individually, you know, there have been negative souls on Earth and people on Earth who have invited these in. So that's basically how it works. And that's the reason why we haven't had full disclosure or full contact. And I feel that contact is going to happen. I feel that we are going to have our brothers and sisters of light who are not incarnated in the human form. Our brothers and sisters up there our starseed brothers and sisters who have not decided to do an incarnational cycle on Earth, who are not like us. We're the ground crew. We're the starseeds who decided, we're going to come here. We're going to live our lives. We are going to help. We're going to go through the karmic cycle. We're going to go through the forgetting. We're going to live our lives here. And now we are waking up in human form. While we are here, we are waking up and we are able to make contact with our brothers and sisters through meditation, through our consciousness opening and raising. And I do feel that at some point, maybe, I even feel maybe in my lifetime, maybe in your lifetime, that it is possible that our brothers and sisters will come and reveal themselves in spaceships, perhaps. I think it would be cool. I'd like to be the one in the front row saying, hey, come here, and introduce them to everybody, right? I think that would be great. But the time right now is not quite ready for it, and they're not allowed to just come in here and, help and intervene and get rid of the negativity. No, it's not like that. It's not like that. There are rules for each planet of non-interference, okay? So why is it so important for you to educate yourself about this? Why is it so important for you to become aware of who you are, that perhaps you are a starseed, what starseed you are, what origin you are, who are your galactic brothers and sisters, what is your role? I feel it's really important because the most empowering thing that you can do is to become aware of who you are at soul level. If we know who we are, if we understand our identity, it gives us power. Then we understand that we're not just random little people walking around susceptible to anything. No, it's important that you actually really start to do your spiritual awakening work. And I always get this question, how do I know that I'm a starseed? How do I know what starseed origin I am? If you don't get a reading from someone for you to find out yourself, the only way is through intuitive perception. So that's why you have to educate yourself. You have to get a good frame of reference. You have to do your psychic, intuitive, spiritual work. You have to do your meditation practice. You have to start being really proactive in meditating, visualizing, connecting. And then it will be revealed to you what starseed origin you are. You will have your spirit guides, your galactic brothers and sisters step forward, talk to you, show you who you are, show you your home planet. But it's up to you. It's not like you can just sit there and wait. How do I know? You have to just keep doing your work. It took me a whole lifetime of spiritual work to get to where I am now. And in the last 2 years is when everything had been revealed to me. A few years ago, before I even really got into this modality of soul realignment, of really channeling, before any of this, in my visions, a Pleiadian woman came and took me to the planet, to the Pleiades, to where I used to live. And this was in the very beginning where I didn't really know much. I wasn't too sure what starseed origin I was. But this happened, and then afterwards it became clear to me, yes, I am of Pleiadian starseed origin. That's one of my incarnational points. Of course, I've had other incarnations. I come from the parallel dimensions before that. That knowledge came later. But as you're doing your spiritual work, as you're doing your healing, as you're doing your empowerment work, as you're doing your shadow work and your light work, these things will be revealed to you. So you cannot overnight just say, oh, what starseed origin am I? Oh yes, I'm going to know right away. It's going to be channeled to me in a second. It takes just a little bit of work and focus, and it will be revealed to you. And in the meanwhile, doing your healing, doing your meditation, seeking, just working on everything that you can will help you open yourself up, will help you step into your power. Just knowing that you're a divine, multidimensional being that came from the stars, alone that knowledge can empower you so much. Alone the knowledge that you are part of this ascension process. that you are here to serve, that you are starting to shine your light, that you're doing your light practice, bringing down the light, shining your light. I've made several videos about that, connecting to the light. And that is really, really important, because connecting to the light will open up those pathways of communication to the higher realms, to your angels, your spirit guides, to your galactic brothers and sisters. So it's very important to be awake and aware, to do your work, to keep watching these videos, to keep studying. And I promise you, it'll be revealed to you who you are, where you're from, your true power, your true gifts. All of this will be revealed to you. And this will make you invincible to what's going on in the world. Just as a little note, in the last few days, I've been talking about what's going on in the world. And the key to immunity against all these sicknesses and diseases, and against being pulled in to the negative spirals, being pulled into the disasters of this 3D reality. The antidote, the key to this, the immunity to this, is being a spiritual rock, a stronghold, is growing your inner power and your inner light, so that you truly are in the eye of the storm that's around you, and that you can become a solid rock, that you will not let yourself be pulled back and forth, that you won't participate in these negative mass consciousness, disaster paradigms, that you stand as a rock, strong, that you hold your connection, that you start opening yourself more and more, that you download the light codes, that you start visualizing your carbon-based DNA turning into crystalline DNA. Do all that work and you will see that you will be less and less and less affected by what's going on in the world. Thank you. Let me know what you think. If you want to work with me, down below is the link. That way I can help you remember who you are and empower yourself, right, as a divine being that you are. So take a look at that if you're interested. Thank you so much. Love you all. Natasha, Cosmic Empress.